They all see that it's a lie, 'cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy. Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie, 'cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another weekly stream. I was about to say a Tuesday stream, but it hasn't been on a Tuesday for a while. We are back with another weekly stream, our usual sort of midweek one, as well as amongst other streams. Here to answer your questions, to chat about the game week gone. I suppose it was a long time ago now. Chat about the game week up and coming and all things FPL. So if you guys are watching, please let me know in the chat. Say hello. Say how you're doing. If you're looking forward to the game week coming up. Just let me know all of that. So yeah, if you guys don't follow me over on Twitter and are just here on YouTube, please make sure to go and follow me over on there. But before we get any further, if you are watching right now, please drop a like on the video. It really helps push the videos out to where they want to go. So hit the like button, and if you are new, please hit subscribe. There will be a little on-stream notification for you if you are new and want to subscribe. Just like that, right on cue. RGM, thank you for the subscription. On the road to 1,000. As you can see, the little counter just below me. 936, trying to get to 1,000 before Christmas, so would really appreciate that and any help that you guys want to give. But yeah, good evening everyone. So without further ado, if you are again new or not in the league for the stream, the code is going across the bottom of the stream now. The league up here at the moment is there are monthly prizes. So if you guys aren't in it already or you started badly, there are monthly prizes for you all every single month. We've paid out 2 of them. We're halfway through November, but you can still join into the November one. That is not a problem. So make sure you're in the league. We've got quite a lot of people in there. I'm sitting quite happily in 16th place in my own league, if I can say so myself. But without any more of that, one more thing. If you guys are interested in a Fantasy Football Hub subscription, there will be a link in the description which will give you 15% off. Now, it starts from just £2 a month with that. And that means that you can, instead of, buying a coffee or something throughout the week, you can help improve your FPL game and improve your ranks. It's definitely helped me. So if you're interested in that, go and check that out. But enough of this sort of housekeeping and admin malarkey. Let's get on to some questions. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining. So we've got Alex, Rishi, Kaustav, we've got John, the new sub, RGM, One Rover, evening, Charlie, Club and Forever, Bricky, evening, Bricky, how you doing? TikToking more and more, I hope. Krishna, Kaustav, all the good guys are in. Nuclear as well in and moderating. So, a few of you guys have got questions. We can get onto my team in just a minute. As I think any of you who watched my stream, when was it? On Sunday evening, there were a lot more flags in my team than there are now. My mic is miles away. I wonder if it's really quiet for you guys. We'll move it. There we go. I wonder if it's... Yeah, there are a lot more flags in my team. I imagine there are a lot more in your team. I've had a flag removed off Chilwell, Robertson and Mitchell today. So good to see that I can put out a team. I'm still undecided what to do with Salah this game week, and we can talk about that. But the other one that I'm interested in knowing what to do with it. So if Salah doesn't play, it's Klitsch that comes in. And you all know by now quite how I feel on Klitsch. But yeah, a few questions already coming on. So what are we thinking out Salah? So we'll get on to Salah. I probably think he's not going to start 2 games. I think is probably my gut, but we can get into a discussion on that. Salah, again, a lot of you guys talking on Salah. You're on your wild card choosing between Jota. I'd go Watkins, Club and Forever. Swedish hockey videos. Yeah, definitely Watkins out of those 2. Great fixtures, great form. Jota, you don't know if he's going to play every week. You took Mitra out for Vardy and Salah out for Ziyech. So Arthur, if you guys don't follow me over on Twitter, make sure to go and do so. I put a tweet out earlier. This one. So to anyone selling Salah, think ahead to how you'll get him back in. It's a simple Salah to Bruno and then back to Salah in a few weeks. That's fine. But if it's Salah to someone else and then someone else upgraded, so you don't then have the money in the bank, you need to have a plan. If you think you don't want Salah back, then that's understandable. But if you have sold him, then yeah. So if you got rid of Salah and you know you want him back, just have a plan. So I have a plan. Then to get him back, if I sell him, it'll be to. So if I was to show you guys what I would do, it's always what I mean by it's always good to have a plan. So if I was to sell. If I was to sell Salah, it would be for Ziyech this week, and next week would allow me to do Son to De Bruyne, and then it would allow me the following week to do Robertson and Rashford to Cancelo. Autocorrect on footballers' names is never a good idea. And Salah. So I know how I'm going to get him back in a few weeks. You're probably going to take Kane out and then Salah in again instead of Son or somewhere else. Yeah, okay, but it's just worth thinking about. I know we can't make the transfers now and it's a few weeks, but it's always good to think a few weeks sort of further down the line. Always good to have that sort of plan in mind about how you will how you'll go about getting a player like Salah back in. It looks like Salah will be out for Leicester and Brighton. Might be back for Ajax in Champions League. Then they have Wolves and Fulham in game week 12. Meaning we can get rid of him until the Fulham game. So we don't know that he's going to be out for Brighton until we have the press conference tomorrow, and we hope that Klopp will give us an update. It is possible with the tests that we've had back from Salah that he can play the Brighton game. Now, he'll be eligible to play, but whether he'll be fit to play is another matter. So, won't making transfer hamper your plan to bring Bamford later on? So, Calstab, once I've done these sort of 4 transfers, one would be from -4. For game week 13, I can do Klitsch and Brewster to Souček and Bamford with the money in the bank. So it hinders me by pushing it back 1 game week, unless I want to do it for a -4, but it still allows me to get Bamford in for the game week, for game week 13 when I initially planned him for game week 12. Do you think we should leave one Spurs asset or should we shift somewhere else? So I still would be... I think the ownership is really high on them. It's quite a bold prediction to go with none of them. I'm going to be keeping Kane. He's looked really good. I can see how he plays against Man City. If we see that he's continuing to get returns against someone like Man City, then he's not going to leave my team for a long period of time because I want him back here anyway. Liverpool away is a dark red at the moment, but with their defenders that they've got out, you could easily see Kane getting something in those games. So Nuclear... Krishna, sorry. Your team. Sorry. Gaeta, Lamptey, PVA, Dallas, Castan, Burge, Jota, Bruno. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I presume, Krishna, you've got Salah on the bench, which is why you're starting Sander Burge. You've got quite a lot of differentials in there. I'd say PVA is quite a big differential. You may have read my differential article on Fantasy Football Hub where I mentioned him, so I do like him as an option. Jota is an interesting one. While Salah's out, he's good, but I'm not sure how long-term a pick he's going to be. Bruno captain I like, Hammers I like, DCL I like. Martial is a bit of a punt again, but there's no one that stands out. If Martial doesn't go well over the next sort of 3, then Martial to Bamford looks great for you, and that could allow you to upgrade Jota to Ziyech. So potentially look at those a few game weeks down the line, but you've got those sort of attacking defenders in there, which I do really like. So potentially a bit further down the line, Jota and Martial to who am I thinking? Bamford and Ziyech would be nice. So we have a question in the chat from Nuclear on Spurs, the Spurs West Brom game. Did Spurs defend well, or were Spurs defend well? Sorry, were Spurs poor or did West Brom defend well? So we have a look on SofaScore, have a look at these stats a little bit between them. Have a look at the statistics. They had 19 shots, 5 on target, 6 off target, 8 blocked shots. I think the scoreline flatters West Brom. So I think what you're asking is, are we thinking that West Brom are going to be good defensively against Man U? I expect them to be solid again, but if we look at those stats, it still favours Spurs. If that game had finished with those shots that they've taken, with the possession they've got, if this had finished 2 or 3-0, we wouldn't have been surprised with exactly the same stats. So for me, yeah, I still think Man U options are a good pick this game week. Martial to Vardy, then KDB and Cancelo in. Who would you be selling as a result of that, Krishna? What formation am I looking to play? So this is a tough one. It depends if Salah's back. If Salah's not back, then I'm going to sell him, and I'll be playing a 4-4-2/3-5-2, depending if I want to play Klitsch or a fourth defender. If Salah's not back, then I will be playing a 4-4-2. So it depends if I sell Salah or not. But it'll be a 3-4-3 normally, switch to a sort of 3-4-2. 3-4-2? 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 4-4-2 rotation. Only 3 up front once I get Bamford in. Should you captain Vardy or Bruno? Now, I expect them both to get something. I'd probably go with Bruno out of the two. I think it is safer. So yeah, I would be going with Bruno out of the two of them. Definitely. Yeah, I'd be going with Salah. Sorry, with Bruno. Trent out. He's on my bench. Bruno because he's and Martial also 1 week punt. Okay, then that really does make sense. Vardy in, I like that. De Bruyne in and Cancelo. Yeah, those are really nice transfers. So yeah, I like that sort of movement a lot. Sorry, Bricky, you did ask Sterling and Diaz or Mane and Bellerin. I still don't fancy Bellerin yet. Their fixtures don't turn well enough yet, so it'd probably be I still would probably go Cancelo over Diaz at the moment, but it's just worth waiting on how long is Sterling going to be out for. You're replacing Brewster with a 4.0 to make Richarlison, Cavani or Adams. So Cavani is not an option for me. So between Richarlison and Adams, it depends how long you want to have them in for. I also like Watkins as a pick. If I had to go for the next few, then it would be Richarlison. Danny in the chat is saying Sterling is fine. I probably expect him to be so, but it's probably one of those internationals, but I haven't seen anything confirmed that he is. Also, should I play Martinez instead of Gaeta Palace? Yeah, I probably would just play PVA and then play Martinez. We know what he's like in goal. Do I think Reece James will start this game week? Yeah, I do. He tends to get rotated because he plays a lot of minutes, but hasn't really played over the international break unless he's played for the youngsters. But yeah, I'd expect him to. You already have Watkins. Okay, then probably Richarlison for the next few. I think he's quite a nice punt for the next sort of 3 game weeks, I think, when Everton have good fixtures. So yeah. Should we have a little look at the fixtures for this game week? I think it's quite hard to call a lot of them. So if we start up at the top, and we can talk about players when we get through to each game. So we've got Newcastle Chelsea in the first game. Interesting. I think Chelsea will come out on top. I don't think it will be a 3-4-0. Maybe that's a Chelsea fan in me, but I still expect us to come out on top in this opening game. Interesting that I haven't seen Wilson in training. There were some Newcastle training pictures out today, and Wilson is not amongst them. So if he's not fit, then that really hinders the chances, although an Andy Carroll goal against us would not come as a surprise. So yeah, prediction probably 2-0 in that game to Chelsea. Is Cancelo a rotation risk, or do I think Pep will trust him? So on the Man City defence, so if we have I'll flick back on this, that lasts a long time. I think he trusts Cancelo, and looking at quotes from Pep recently, he does really like Cancelo. He has a lot of good things to say about him, saying he's playing really well. It's more, I suppose, we've got Mendy and Zinchenko both back fit soon. So is he just going to he's going to have 3 left backs. Is he just going to play one the whole time is my worry. The other thing is Cancelo is going to go close to rising. It's going to be close whether he rises tomorrow night or not. Fingers crossed he doesn't, because then I can bring him in on Saturday, because I don't want to bring him in this week. You can't get Watkins, you've got Martinez and Grealish along with stupid nut. Yeah, a lot of people have the nylon problem now. So they have Martinez, they have Grealish, and they think, Watkins has scored a brace, so let's get him in. But they've got Nyland as the third one. I don't have that problem, but I'm not bringing Watkins in. Will I consider Ricardo Pereira? So Leicester defence have looked good. Definitely worth considering. Definitely worth considering. His price is 6 point something, isn't he? Let me have a look. Where is he? 5.9. It's still just a bit much from what we've seen from someone like Castagna, slightly less. I just want to see a bit more whether they play. If they play a 5 at the back, the 3 at the back with wing backs, then he could be a really good option for these games. But I want to see more from him at the moment before I look to offload Chilwell, for example. Robertson to him could work. It doesn't leave me quite enough in the bank to do my transfers further down the line, though, is the only thing. Yeah, Castagna should come good, especially if they keep the wing backs. 5 goals from 2 weeks. He did, but you're going to have to ride that out with cheap players. They're not going to be always consistent. Do I see the foul? I haven't seen it, but I know that Richarlison's a doubt. Again, wait for the press conferences. Wait for my weekly game week preview with all the teams and see if Richarlison is in that. Is Salah to Bruno a sensible pick? Right, let's crack on with Salah. So just before we do, my team for next game week is up on screen for you all now. Robertson is currently starting because I don't have someone who I really want to play with him. I don't think Mitchell's going to start. I don't want to play Brewster against Masuaku. So do I love Kufal as much as FPL mate? So I don't. I am all aboard the Aaron Cresswell train. Now, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you might know this, that I can't say enough good things about Cresswell. I really, really like him as a pick. The amount is the most. So if I show you some of the stats that make Cresswell stand out, that I think make him. So if we had a look at total for this season per start for just defenders, we remove players that have played not enough minutes. So let's have a look. Creativity. Where was it? It was big chances created or something. Touches in final third. No, it wasn't. It was there. Let me just find it. He takes corners from both sides. What was it? No, it wasn't on this tab. I can't even find it now. Let me find it, the tweet that I put out, and then I'll show you the stat, which makes me basically say why Cresswell is such a good option. What was the stat? Is it spelled with 2 S's? Evening, Pranay. Welcome. Thanks for joining, everyone. I am just trying to find a stat that I put out. Key passes. Yeah, so the number of key passes. Oh no, that's free kicks. Key passes made by defenders, right? Look how much further ahead Cresswell is compared to everyone else. If we load up a few more, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. He stands out 4 ahead of Trent, who ranks second, and then 6 ahead of Cancelo, Dean, Robertson, Chilwell, some of the most sought-after defenders in the league at the moment. Then we've got Reece James. He stands out so much, and if we do that per 90 minutes, he's making 2.12 key passes per 90 minutes. He's just really involved. He's on all set pieces. If you can afford him and play him every week, I think he's a really good option. Yeah, he could let me down, but he's also got that haul in him. It's that big 15-pointer that I'm fairly confident there is a double-digit haul for Cresswell between now and Christmas. I'm fairly confident of that. You got Cresswell back and last season, and he never got his annual assist. But he looks really good. He does. I like him a lot. So, yeah, guys, welcome. If you are new and aren't subscribed, please hit that subscriber. We are 62 subscribers away from the big 1,000, which would just be great if we could hit that soon. So I would really appreciate that. Sorry, 61 away. You avoided Leicester all season because I don't think they've had a good season so far. Well, they have scored a lot of penalties. They have been a bit fortunate, but I think you've probably got that wrong. I've only owned Justin for a short period of time. That's only person I've owned. So it's not awful. My rank's good enough to say that I haven't necessarily made a bad choice there. Someone in the chat has just subscribed. I've seen it sort of tick up on my ticker thing. If you have certain settings, it won't pop up on screen, and if you hide who you're subscribed to and it's on private, then it won't show up, but I have seen it, so thanks a lot. That's 940 guys, so thanks. Ayling or Lamptey to start? Has to be Lamptey, I think. Justin and, well, I have Mitchell. I did have both at one point, but just one. So, Salah replacements. I think wait until the press conference tomorrow, I think, is a key thing to say to start with. If he's out for, and we get indication that he's going to miss. Thank you, Mark Nash, for the subscribe. Really appreciate that. We are 59 subscribers away. Thanks a lot. Anyone else who wants their little notification, please drop a subscribe while we are live. We will also be live with a deadline day stream on Saturday morning. So Salah replacements, the key thing to remember is wait for the press conference news. If he's out for one game week, hold him, put him on your bench. It's not worth the 2 transfers to sell him and bring him back in again. It's not worth it. If we hear these out for 2 game weeks, that's when we're going to talk about who the replacements should be. So these replacements are hypothetical, that if he misses 2 games, then we start to sell him. You've gone Ayling to start ahead of Lampley. Yeah, they could. Who do Leeds have? But they've got Arsenal at home. This is the thing. If it was Dallas, then I might go with it. I just don't think Ayling has got as much creative attacking threat as Dallas. So it's just that attacking output that Lamptey. They could blitz them, but it would probably be 3-1, and Lamptey is always attacking. I don't know if we can have a look at some of the stats for the Brighton team. Have a look at Lamptey has the 4th highest XG in the Brighton team. There. That's the 5th highest XA in their whole team. He has the 2nd highest just expected points out of the whole Brighton team so far this season. So yeah, I still would probably start him. Van Vardy and Cancelo. You've got the same question as me. Thanks for reading your mind. RGM, this is Fantasy Football Hub. If you've got any questions about it, first of all, there's a link in the description which gives you 15% off. So a nice little discount for you all there. It starts at just £2 a month, I think. It might be slightly more, might be £3 or something, but it's not that much to really get really nice stats. And there's comparison tools and great articles from, really top managers, including, I'm not saying I'm a top manager, but I write for them. Comparison tools where you can, so if we wanted to compare, so we're just talking about Cresswell against Kufal, for example. You can have a little comparison of them and who's done well and what stats. If we go, go and put defenders in there, and you can go and have a look at who stands out. For example, you can see that baseline Cresswell stands out apart from bonus points where Kufaldas are slightly a bit better. There's a lot on there. If you have any questions, drop me a note on Twitter and I'll be happy to answer them, but 15% off in the description. So, Nucleus question. Vardy and Cancelo until Vardy's good run of fixtures and then bring in KDB. I find it really hard not to go with KDB. If you can get both, KDB and Vardy, then go for it. But for me, KDB is the number one. Krishna made his transfers last Saturday. You're praying Bruno, Jota, Martial wouldn't, yeah. It went well, lucky enough. You probably got a few price rises off that as well. So yeah, to the guys who are new, make sure to join the league code that's going across the bottom. It's good and we review it on all our streams. So yeah, thank you Indigo for the subscribe. 943, loving it. Thank you so much. We used the XA and big chance created stats for Trent and the assist never came. Yeah, but it would have come. If you'd have hit that run of fixtures and Trent was fit, those returns would have come. If we'd have hit this with Trent fit, then... Anyway, we have been distracted on Salah replacements too much. So I think the key thing is you need to know how to get them back in. I think there are a few players who stand out if you're going to be selling him. It is Mane if you want to keep on that Liverpool and you want to have that Brighton fixture. I still think Mane is a good option. My brother, who's on his wildcard at the moment, he's gone Salah to Mane and will be moving Mane back to Salah. So he's chosen Mane as his replacement. It's not going to be Alba, is it? De Bruyne. But the only thing about it being De Bruyne is that you're not going to sell De Bruyne to get Salah back because you're going to want to keep De Bruyne. Now, you can go to him, but again, it's about having this route back up to Salah in a few game weeks' time. Bruno. Now, Bruno's the one that stands out. These 3 games, they've got a good home fixture and then 2 away games where we know they're better away from home than they are at home. And then City, and then if you kept him this long, Sheffield United away, good fixture, Leeds at home, good fixture. So, great fixtures for Man U. And then I think the other one that you could look at Rashford, but if you're going down, you probably go Fernandes. The other one you look at is Ziyech, and this is who I'm looking at. He's more just because of the price point. He looks great creatively. So if we have a look at some more over the fast 4 game weeks, we look at so in the past 4 game weeks, Ziyech, or in the past 2 game weeks, past 3 when Ziyech has been he didn't play that first game week, created more big chances than anyone else in the league. He has the second highest expected assists in the league. He's just a creative force. Now, his goal threat really drops off. He's probably not going to score loads of goals this season. So that's why when I see people captaining him this game week, I think it's probably not a good idea because he might get assists. But he's probably not going to get that goal to give you a really big haul. I know he's done in the past couple of game weeks, but he's probably not a captaincy. He's just going to tick along like we've seen De Bruyne in the past few seasons. What's stopping me from bringing in De Bruyne this week is that they play Spurs. Yeah. I would wait a week if you're looking to bring in your Man City players. I would wait a week, especially if it's for a couple of transfers. There's no need to do it this week. But we really go defensively against better attacking team. I just think he's going to need to create a lot of chances and he will continue to do so. So it's a tough one. I still like him as an option. I think he won't keep up the rate he's going. I just can't see that happening. But yeah, I still like him as an option. Let me just retweet the stream. One sec, guys. Kane to Vardy this week for a hit or wait? I'd wait on that. Probably not worth a -4. Vardy has to score twice. Vardy has to score twice for that to be worth it, and Kane to blank for it to be worth the -4. I'd do it after the matches this weekend. You did Son to Ziyech early last week. I can get a playing 11, but bench will be Salah, Berkey, and done. Would you move Salah to De Bruyne for a -4? Who would you be playing if you benched Salah? Who would you bench if you brought in De Bruyne? Let me know who that would be, Rishi, and then I can go. Is Jota not worth looking at? Again, it's a very short-term option. So I just think there's better. If you're going to go Salah to Jota, I'd just prefer Bruno as an option than Jota over the next 3 weeks. So I'd be going Bruno first. You want to triple up on City, KDB. Wait on the striker situation. Don't go there yet at all. In 2009, you got 16 goals and 13 assists. He got 6 goals and 12 assists. Not the Eredivisie and Premier League are the same. Yeah, he could do a lot. I absolutely agree with you, Indigo. He's got a real potential to come out firing and continue to do it. So I don't expect him to continue the same levels. But yeah. Just a little break. If you guys are watching and enjoying, please hit the like button. The more likes, the more we get it sort of shared around, so the more people we can get in here. So I would really appreciate that. I know it's hit 8 o'clock and there are other streams that go live at 8, so if you are looking to jump off and watch someone else stream, I understand. I hope that some of you would stay and want to listen to me. But yeah, thanks for coming by. If you are going to head off, if not, we're going to keep talking for another half an hour or so. You don't like Sterling or KDB and double? Yeah, to be honest, I think 2's enough from their form. I really do. I don't think you need 3. Everton with all their assets back now have 1 week against Fulham to see if they. Otherwise, it's Jota for James Rodriguez for me. Yeah, I think if you've got someone like James and they don't do anything away at Fulham, then it's probably time to think, okay, there are better options. But I expect him to do something. So, Kieran Roda, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Salah to Bruno for a -4. Then in 2 game weeks, Bruno back to Salah with KDB to Son in between. So, what I was basically saying is that's a good move if Salah's going to miss 2 weeks. If Salah's back for the Brighton game, then it's not a good move. So, have that penciled in. Wait for the press conference tomorrow. Then if it doesn't, and it's Salah's going to miss 2 games, then bring in Bruno. If he's unlikely to miss 2 games, then keep and just put Salah on your bench. So wait and see what happens. Rishi, your praying 11 will be Ayling, Robertson, Chilwell, Lamptey, Rashford, Ziyech, Grealish, Bamford, Kane, DCL. If De Bruyne came in for Salah, you'd bench Lamptey or Ayling. So if we have a look, also on this side, we have predicted points. So for just game week 9, why can't I? If we have Ayling predicted 2.4, Lamptey predicted 2.3. So actually saying you should play Ayling over Lamptey with that. So are you expecting, basically you're expecting De Bruyne to get a return. If you answer that and you think De Bruyne's going to get it, so if we have a look, De Bruyne predicted 5.1 this week, so technically it wouldn't be worth it, just. If you think De Bruyne's going to get a return this week, then make the transfer. I'm not sure if I discussed it already as I joined the stream a little late, no problem at all, but am I considering the armband this week? Yeah, so I haven't actually spoken about the captaincy option, and we'll get onto that in a minute. So those are my sort of key Salah replacements. If you guys are looking, it's Mane, it's De Bruyne, it's Fernandes, or it's Ziyech. Those are the big 4 for me. Mane, De Bruyne, Fernandes, Ziyech are the big four. Let's pop them all on the watch list, and I can show it to you. I started using my watch list a bit more. How do I? The watch list. These were from the other day. Definitely not Zaha. So these are the four. If you're looking to sell Salah, for me, it's these four that I would be looking at. If you guys are looking at anyone else, let me know. Who else would you be thinking of getting in as a Salah replacement? No problem, Rishi. Glad I can help. Yeah, glad I can help. You're ranking well without a City or United player all season. They haven't performed, that's why. I still think the upcoming fixtures are too much to ignore for Man City. I still think you can go without Man U. Their ownership isn't that high. Fernandes' goals do hurt your rank a bit, but at the moment, the ownership's not massive. I don't think you need one. I think it can help you make games if you do. Interesting choice that, Mark. I just think if he's out for 2 weeks, I then can feel like I can make the benefit of having a more expensive player in over Klitsch. But if it's playing 1 week, then I'll keep Klitsch. You got Jota a few weeks, but if keep start dropping, we could get a long term. Yeah, I think you probably might end up doing that, to be honest, but we'll see. So, price drops are killing you. Yeah. So, right as of now, that captaincy armband will be, and it was on Rashford at the end, and then I moved it to Salah, but now Salah's going to be out. It's going to be on Marcus Rashford in my current decision. Yeah, it depends who your backups are, I suppose. Yeah, it could be James Rodriguez. I just want to see a bit more from Everton. I suppose he's the fifth that we could add to the list, John. But for me, I wouldn't choose James. I wouldn't choose James over going one of the other three. One of the other four. I think James could be a good option. But if you've got that much money to spend, then I'm not sure you'd pick James over Bruno Fernandes, for example. So yeah, I wouldn't pick him over. Oh dear. I am just reading. Don't want to scaremonger anyone. That Werner's not in the Chelsea training pictures today. Interesting. One to keep an eye on, lads. One to keep an eye on if any of you own Timo Werner. Yeah, Mark, go for it. Ali, welcome. I don't fancy the double up on one of United for one fixture against West Brom. Evening, Oscar. How you doing, bud? You don't fancy United double up for one fixture? Yeah, I probably wouldn't double up for one fixture and then jump off again. I don't like jumping on a player for one game week and jumping off again. It rarely pays out. Would I start Diaz or Kilman? Probably Kilman. You're probably not going to get a clean sheet from either, but yeah. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Oscar. You know, always doing well, always happy to be chatting with you guys. Had a fair few new subs as well, which is good, but interesting to see what happens with those Timo Werner. Interesting. Yeah, so close now. We are 57 away, and there will be a giveaway for you guys here. Yeah, maybe he's getting a rest day. Did he play internationals? I suppose as a. But our game is so early on Saturday. It would be strange if he did play. Okay. How many minutes did he play? played 75. Fernandes came off just as a rest. You're really torn on whether to get Kane and Son or keep one. I'd get rid of one and see how things progress. So yeah. Werner played all 3 games. Makes Tammy attractive now. Yeah, probably not an FPL option though, because every week you're going to have... If everyone's fully fit, then you know that there's a chance he doesn't play. So I probably wouldn't be looking at Tammy. He could be a really good short-term option, but he hasn't blanked in any of his 4 starts, but that's just not for me. Yeah, probably. Is it worth selling Kane to go £5 mid? You have Kane, Watkins, DCL. Yeah, it depends who would you be bringing in. Is it Kane to De Bruyne? I can't sit here and say that's a bad transfer at all. But we will see what happens with Werner. Cool. So, guys, get your sort of final few questions in. My team is currently like this. We might end up making the transfer on the deadline stream again. But I'll probably have it planned out rather than leaving it to the stream, which never seems to go well. I always think why didn't I think of that when I'm after the stream, when I'm actually sat down on my own and not chatting to you guys. So, Souček to Fernandes or KDB. Yeah. Understandable. I mean, Souček over the Christmas break would be nice to have as that bench option, but Fernandes and KDB, although Kane's looked really good though, it's a hard one. I'd want to give it a few weeks before because I'm going Kane, Salah, De Bruyne, and I'm happy with that. Taylor or Robbo for this game week, that's a really hard one. If you guys listen to the Triple Captain podcast, it's a really good one. Just listen to it. Good poem at the start of it. But also the content is really good as well. They were talking about one of them was had the same dilemma basically. Do you play Taylor, who's definitely got the fixture, Burnley at home to Palace, or do you play Robbo? I think you have to play Robbo. Palace have looked decent and Burnley have looked poor, so you wouldn't be surprised if Palace scored in that game. I plan on moving him out. So just to go over my transfer plans again, it will be whether I do Salah out and then back in as a part of this, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it will be probably De Bruyne in here. Currently Ziyech in, and then Cancelo in. At the moment, it's Cancelo over Diaz. I can watch the price changes and things like that. I don't particularly prefer one over the other. I think what Diaz loses out on attacking threat, he'll probably return more on number of games he plays. So, and especially with the talk that we could potentially go into 5 subs in the league, Cancelo will get those 1-pointers. So, Cancelo is definitely the more explosive. He's definitely got that more assist potential, but Diaz, that man's not going anywhere. But the thing is the position that he plays. So if I have a look at if I get the last Leeds match up, so if I pull up this, Leeds, and I'll get Klitsch. And Klitsch again. He's just much more attacking in. Well, I suppose he's not actually. I know he got the assist. Maybe, but he felt like he was further forward in that game, so we'll see. Cool. Attacking mid when you bench him, defensive mid when he's playing in the team. Exactly. So we'll probably play CDM, probably play centre back this weekend. Vestergaard or Walker Peters. No, Vestergaard probably. James Rodriguez as replacement for Salah. Yeah, you can save a lot for other good players. Yes, but I want Salah back. Shubham, welcome. Yeah, I understand that, but I want Salah back anyway, so it would just be who do I actually like short term between all of them. Yeah, I could go DCL, but again, it's not really that explosiveness, which I think I could get with Rashford. It's probably going to be on Rashford. I don't plan on moving it unless he's injured. If he's injured, then I'm in a bit of trouble. But yeah, guys, we're going to call that there, I think. We will have a stream on Saturday morning before, so I hope to see some of you guys back there. It'll be 10 till 11, the usual slot in the lead up to the deadline. I'll probably save my transfer for that. Rashford should be back. From what I've read, he's going to be fine, but I will wait for the press conference. But yeah, guys, appreciate you all coming to this evening's stream. Please, just before you go, if you haven't liked and subscribed already, it would be really great. If we can try and hit 950 by the end of the weekend, that would be really good. 943. Make sure to join the league, and I know some of you guys have been asking where I get the stats from, so Fantasy Football Hub, 15% off in the description, so if you like that, then but yeah, that's about all I've got. If you've got any final questions, let me know. If not, you can always send them to me on Twitter. But yeah, this is my team for the weekend. Cheers, guys, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.